Welcome back to another video. For those who are new, my name is Bray, and for those who are returning, thank you so much for the support. I don't have any updates today, so I'm just gonna get right into today's video. So today's video is manifestation 101. Basically, I'll be talking about the steps of how to manifest and how to bring what you want into your life. So in the past, my manifestation skills are on point. Like, I swear to God, I was like manifesting whatever I wanted, and it didn't really take that long to get to me. I believe I talked about that in one of my other videos, but I'm not really too much trying to get into like my background story. In 2017, I found the book The Secret, and it's by Rhonda Byrne. It basically teaches you about the law of attraction, and that's just the beginning point of where I learned to manifest. I'm not really telling y'all to go out and buy the book. It is a good book, and I do recommend it for people who have a hard time manifesting, but this is not really the point of the video. So I'm just gonna be telling y'all my steps to manifestation and how I bring what I want into my life. I feel like some people think manifesting is harder than it really is. To begin manifesting, it starts with having a clear idea, picture in your mind of what you want to bring into your life. With this, you must be clear and have the right intention, because basically uncertainty brings more uncertainty in your life, and intention brings more intention. Thinking about and envisioning what you want in your life, for your life in the future, that's just where it begins. It's important to remember that with anything in life, it takes work to get to where you want to be. Now, manifestation is not like magic where you just like snap your fingers and be like, okay, universe, do the work. You have to do the work to bring what you want into your life. It takes work. It takes action. You can't just be in your mind creating pictures and not actually going out and trying to make that shit happen. Be realistic. Like, if you want a house and you're not taking the steps to save financially, to actually go to the banks and see if you can get a loan, looking for the house, if you're not doing any of those steps, how do you expect you to get a house? So it's like, what I mean be realistic is, you do have to take some steps to get to the goal you want. Manifestation is not fucking magic. Sometimes it is with certain situations, but we're gonna get into that. Now, I'm not saying you need a full plan where you need to write out each step of what you need to do, what you want to do to bring things into your life. But like I said, you do have to take action. You have to take steps in the right direction to be on the frequency of what you want. A good example of this is, okay, so y'all know I got my license this year, right? And I kept just saying like, oh, I want a car, I want a car, I want a car under this limit. Well, I can't manifest a car into my life if I'm not doing the work. So I wasn't really sure what type of car I want. I didn't really have a specific budget. I just knew under what amount I wanted to spend. So how do I expect a car to come into my life? How do I expect the universe to help me find the perfect car for me if I'm not out there doing the work? After you have a clear picture of what you want to bring into your life, and you identify the necessary steps it takes to at least be on the same frequency of getting what you want, the next thing is pretty much just sit back and, yes, allow the universe to do its work. And by that, I mean you have to cast out self-doubt, and you have to get rid of any negative or worrisome thoughts that you have surrounded around what you're trying to manifest. Faith is pretty much trusting without believing. And unfortunately, that's exactly what you have to do when you're trying to manifest. You have to believe that you are worthy for what you're asking for. You have to believe that what you're asking for will come to you when the time is right. Faith is not sitting back and checking on the universe. Like, hey, universe, you didn't deliver this yet. You didn't deliver this yet. So then you start to doubt yourself. You start to be like, well, shit, I'm not worthy of it. Maybe it's not worth it. Like, sometimes it's really hard to just sit in a place and actually believe that you deserve what you want when you're not getting it at the moment. It's important to remember, and I feel like I say this all the time, universe will not provide you what you're asking for if you're not ready to receive. And the example I always use with this is, so you want to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. But let's just say you're terrible with your money you terrible with your spending habits, you don't have like a budget or a savings plan, how can the universe make you a millionaire if you're not ready? It makes you a millionaire and now you fucked up and you then like blew all your money or basically spent all your money in the wrong places and you pretty much lose that status. Like, we don't get things in our life until we are ready for them. And sometimes they come at the perfect time. Like, there's been a million times where I thought I was ready for something and I either got it too early and fucked it up, or I didn't get it and I got it at the right time. And I was happy that I received it then, because it's like, okay, I understand I was ready mentally and physically to receive this. Another thing is sometimes we don't get what we want right away, or when we do get what we want, we've envisioned it to look a certain way. We've envisioned it to like be a certain way. And so sometimes when we're asking for things, it doesn't come in the way that we imagined. And I feel like that's okay. Like, sometimes you ask for something and the universe doesn't give it to you because it has something better in store for you. And you're sitting here mad, fuming over this one thing when actually the whole thing could be way better than you imagine. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes rejection is your protection. Like, if you're not getting what you want right away, don't doubt yourself. Just be like, okay, maybe it's taking a little longer because the universe has something in store for me. Maybe it's taking a little longer because I need to mature. I need to grow a little more to get this thing that I actually deserve. You have to just trust and believe that everything is working out in your favor. And we have to let go of the control that the things we receive has to look exactly how we envision. Manifesting is a double-edged sword because basically what you think is what you bring into your life. So if you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, you're gonna get exactly that because you're on the frequency of negativity, and the only thing that can reach you is negativity. So if you're on the frequency of being positive and happy experiences will happen to you because naturally you are on that frequency. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's important when you're trying to manifest, don't get discouraged. Don't start putting out doubtful and negative thoughts to the universe, because then that's what you're going to get back. One last major key to manifesting is you want to embody the feeling now that you're going to have when you receive what you ask for. So like for me, one of my biggest dreams is to live in a ceiling to floor window condo, right? So I don't live in that right now, right? And of course, sometimes I'd be upset like, oh, I live in this basic ass apartment. But no, for me to manifest what I want, I have to feel as good as I would feel if I did get that condo that I wanted. We have to embody the feeling of gratitude and happiness for what we already have so that we can show the universe that you're grateful and, you know, I'm thankful for where I am now. And so that allows more things to come towards me. I can't be sitting in here ungrateful for the things I have and just expect more shit to come to me. It doesn't work that way. You have to appreciate what you have. You have to be happy and content with what you already have in life. Gratitude goes a long way, and it pretty much shows that even though you're not where you want to be right now, you're thankful for where you are and you're thankful for the journey that you've been on to get to where you are now. Example that I think is good for that is, so again with the millionaire, because of course everybody wants to be a millionaire. You have to feel like a millionaire right now. You have to live in abundance right now so that it will show the universe that you are ready to receive more. You can't be like in your head talking, I'm broke, I don't have no money, and expect you to get more money. Like, that's not how it works. Again, you have to speak positively. You have to live abundantly to receive more abundance. You can't have a broke mindset and think like, oh, I'm gonna be rich as hell if you're living with a broke mindset. Words are spells. So it's pretty much the same. More recently, after I had my child, I feel like it's harder for me to manifest, but I really believe that's just because I'm content and I'm not really asking for anything. All the things that I'm asking for are long-term goals, something that I really do need to build on, something that takes time to build and grow. But back then, man, when I was using these manifestation rules that I'm telling y'all, I was able to manifest like quick gratification things. So no lie, I do write my manifestations down, and to this day, I still have the manifestations in my notes. I did a TikTok on it. I literally write my manifestations down, and I write them as if I've already received them. I've done this with my job. I've done this with my old apartment, and that's just proof in my own life. It's proof in my own life that manifestation does work. All right, y'all. This shit random as fuck, but I just realized some shit, and I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all. So I was looking through my notes from back in the day, right? And from 2020. And I had seen this apartment list. And I'm like, okay. So I was looking, and it was back in November of 2020. Mind you, I didn't start working until December of 2020. And that's when my orientation was. So I didn't know at the time when I was doing this manifestation apartment shit, I didn't know at the time that I had to move back to Chicago, right? So I'm like, never, because I legit, like, I already know I manifested living at the Fisher Building because I used to think about that shit, like, before all this in general. But I didn't know, like, I actually wrote a list with the Fisher Building on it. Like, so, sorry, my hair crazy, but, so this is the list that I had made, apparently. And I was still living in Carbondale. Like, I wasn't even working at Social Security yet. So I didn't even know, like, how much I was going to get paid, none of that fucking shit. So, man, that shit crazy. I don't know. My bad. I came on here to say, like, don't think no dream of yours is too far out of reach, G. Like, if you put your mind to some shit, you can do that shit. It may not come the next year. It may not come in the next 2 years or as fast as you want. But, like, manifestation is real. And if you focus on what you want instead of focusing on what you don't want, you really can bring the shit into your life that you want. Alright, this is the last list. So this is my job list that I had wrote out, what I wanted in a job, like paid time off, being able to take vacations when I want to, getting sick leave, being able to pick my schedule. So I basically wrote all that shit out, right? That's December 2019. I didn't start working for Social Security until December of 2020. And so, granted, I built this list of what I seen my family do, because my family used to work at Social Security. So I seen that they was able to have freedom. I'm like, shit, I want that shit in the job too. But y'all, I manifested working at Social Security. Like, yes, I wrote this list out, but I never actually imagined that I would get that shit. Like, I literally work from home. Like, I got hella free time. It's fucking great. So, like, again, don't ever think no dream is too fucking out of reach, because my bad, that shit was long, but I ain't get no fuck. But now, for real though, manifestation is real. Like, I be trying to tell people that all the time, and I understand it's not some people's experience. So, like, it's really hard to, like, try to believe some shit when you ain't experienced it. But I'm trying to tell y'all, a lot of shit that I be doing, I manifested that shit. And I just want to give y'all the hope that you can make your fucking dreams come true. You gotta focus on the good. Like, I know it be bad shit happening, but you gotta push that shit out. Like, you gotta focus on where you wanna be at. Now, I'm not saying live in the future and shit. That's a whole nother thing. Don't be caught up living in the future where you can't enjoy the present. You know what? I'm gonna get off here. This is a YouTube video topic, but for real though, just have to say that shit right quick. But again, you have to take the right steps for it. Like, I would have never manifested my luxury apartment that I've been dreaming of since I was a kid if I didn't apply to apartments, if I didn't save to have the money for apartments, if I didn't move to Chicago. Of course, that shit would have never happened. So like I'm saying, you do have to be on the right frequency. So manifestation basically is having a clear picture or intention in your mind of what you want to receive. It is making sure that you're taking the appropriate steps to get you in the same direction of what you want, putting you on the same frequency to receive. It's waiting and having faith in yourself, having faith in the universe that you deserve what you're asking for. And while you're waiting, show gratitude for what you already have, for the journey that you've already been on, for the things that you've already accomplished. And the time is right. One day you're gonna be sitting down like, damn, this is exactly what I asked for. And I was telling y'all, I've done that shit so many times. Like, sometimes I just can't believe all the stuff I've brought into my life. but it's because I stayed positive and I believed in myself. I'm not saying that I always believe in myself, because it's not easy, especially with certain things. I be trying to manifest, like, but sometimes I doubt myself, and you know, sometimes it's harder to bring what I want into my life if I'm having self-doubt, because then you're kind of holding yourself back. You're keeping yourself further away from getting what you want. Manifestation is definitely not always easy based off your beliefs, or if you have like limiting beliefs. So I'm thinking out of here, but pretty much the point is stay focused on your end goal. Take the steps that's necessary to get you towards that goal. And I promise you, like, everything else will come about in the journey. I don't know, y'all. This ending is terrible. I've had like, today has been a weird day for me. But I decided to come on here anyway and record. So that ending, I know it was shitty, but I really hope that y'all have a good rest of your week. Thanks for watching, and I super appreciate the support.